All right, guys, welcome back. So sorry about that. Look, you logged into a mediocre stream. You get mediocre content sometimes. That's how it goes. No, I am so sorry about that. Hopefully you guys will join me back. But the game is on. Buster is here. I restarted the computer. Literally, I don't know if you guys, what kind of jobs you work. I don't know. But so I work full time, and I just know every time something goes wrong, and I dial that number, that IT extension, and I say, look, I need some help. This is happening. Whatever issue or application or add-on to my computer that's not working. It could be the printer. It doesn't matter. Something. Every time I call. Have you tried turning it on and back on? Or on and back off? Off and back on? It's always the first thing they say. So I guess that I have learned something. And that right now, all I did was turn it on and turn it back off. Okay, so here we go. We got Buster Bust Loose, who has won the vote, back on. So we're going to play it. Now, there is a password system. So to go to the later levels, like I promised, I'm going to have to type in the password. So that is step number 1. Now let me look up the passwords, and we are going to go past the Western level, past the first level, in which I had first. So let's go level 3. Did I make it to level 3 last time? Or do you guys want me to go level 4? I can't remember which one's which. I can't remember. I played it through once. Let's do level 4. Level 4. We'll do that. Let me get this password up and going. Okay, so the password is level 4. Oh yeah, there's like a little wheel, and then you put the characters in order. So let's do that. Bookworm, Plucky, Babs. Is there a place to do that? Play the bonus at the end, password. Okay, while playing, pause the game. No, that's not it. Cheats, Easter. Okay, let's try it. We're gonna try it. Press start. There it is, right there, password. Got it. So we need to go Bookworm, Plucky, Babs. So Bookworm is this guy. No, it's the Bookworm. Now I'm embarrassing myself. So I watched Tiny Toons when I was really small, and I cannot remember their names. I know I'm probably about to get crucified in the chat for that I'm having to look up their names. But so sorry about that. So we got Bookworm, we got Plucky, we got Babs. That's going to get us to level 4. So let me go ahead and get their image, because I cannot remember. So we got Plucky. Which one's that? Which one's Plucky? That's the little duck, isn't it? Little duck. Plucky. Yeah! Plucky, and then who did I say? Well, I know who Babs is. That's Babs. Okay. So we are going to level 4. I don't remember what level 4 is, but we are on track for the later levels. So I made a commitment to you guys that you were going to see Buster Bust Loose later levels. Now I want you guys to be in the chat, and I want you to make comments. Hopefully, like if you want Buster to stay, give your reason why, because the vote's going to happen at the end of the show. And then that vote, whoever gets voted out, they're going to leave the show. But I want you guys to say, okay, chat, here are the reasons Buster should stay. Or here are the reasons Buster should go. And then you make your case. Michael B. made the case last week and the week before. He said, hey guys, Buster, it's not his time yet. Everybody vote for something else. And I think he probably had a little say in throwing the vote and getting people to shift and vote for something else. So you could do that. You could be the next Michael B and change the vote. Okay, Michael B. The Loonies continues. Stream elements, but not running. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, Michael B. and Rob are in. Wait a minute. We're in the football level. I did say this last week, Rob. You missed it, but the football level is a ton of fun. It's a lot of fun. If this was its own game, look at that. Look at that. Oh! Made him miss. If this was its own game, I would review this game just with overwhelmingly positive. You know, like they got like little different sections on Steam. Overwhelmingly positive with this game. I would run up the score. I'd have so much fun. I would run this game to the ground. This football game is a ton of fun. I will say the pass is really difficult. So we're going to start off easy. We're going to start off with a run. Hey, look, how many yards was that? 2nd and 6. Hey, if you get 4 yards a down, you're going to get a first down every single time. 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards. You got 12 yards, and then you got the first down. So I'm not worried about it. That wasn't a good run, but we got to start somewhere. See what kind of... There we go. Make a miss. Make one man miss. You never know what can happen. Guys, that was a big run. Oh, that was a big run. I got to be close to the end zone. See, like, this is fun. This is a good time. All right, I'm going to try for the pass. This is video evidence you're actually having fun. It is, Rob. No, I'm telling you, I said this last week. You missed it. But if they had this in its own game, I'm not going to say it's going to be like my top game, but I have a ton of fun with this one. Okay. Compose yourself. Lock in. I can't remember. I think I got to go... No, the X. I got to go back to the X. Okay, I got it. I got it now. Hey, delete that from your mind. Here we go. You guys about to see DK Metcalf right here in Bugs Bunny. Okay, I got distracted on that one. So there was a little screen pop up where the ball was. I got a little distracted. I thought that might help. I looked at it, turned left, and I messed up the X. I totally got distracted there. But again, mediocre gamer. You can't give me pop-up ads when I'm in the middle of a play. Can't do that. Messes me up. Okay, so now it's 3rd and 10. We got to get the first. I could go for a pass right here. I think I need to be safe and run. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go run. I'm going run. And I'm going to get just tackled at the goal line, aren't I? There we go. Did I make 10? Did I make 10 yards? 4th and 1. Okay, I haven't been in the 4th down situation because I can normally get 4 yards. I mean, I think any child could get 4 yards running the ball. So I actually have not been in a 4th down situation. I thought it might immediately make me punt. I didn't know. So if we got 1 yard to get, we for sure got to run the ball. We got to take care of the football here, Buster. Look, high and tight. Oh, definitely got the first down. Buster, high and tight. Don't lose the ball, son. Come on. Just like we run it in practice. Buster. Okay. Make sure I'm catching up on the chat. All right, we're going to go for the pass again. Going deep. I need my quarterback to lock in. I think I'm kind of doing my... No! So close. So close. Ugh, there was a little bit of a lag there. I'm going to get it, guys. I'm going to get it. It's going to go on my file share. Remember the days of file share in Call of Duty? It's going to go on my file share. Me catching a big pass on Buster Bust Loose. No, I should have went under him. I'm getting jump happy when I run the ball now. Are we up or down? Is this a drain the clock situation? Because if I'm ahead, I mean, could run the clock down, take a knee, and head to the house. Could win the game. But we might as well. Now, I doubt you start off ahead. Let's get this touchdown. Let's lock in here. There we go. Didn't even give me a chance to run after. But I got a first down. Caught the ball. You guys saw it. I'm a multi-tool athlete. And by me, I mean, I almost said Buster's a multi-tool athlete, but I don't want to give him compliments this early. I'm telling you, if all the game was this, we might could see him in the finals. But it's just that Western level with the Blue Donkeys kicking you. What's up with that? Explain yourself, Michael B. Explain yourself. You got this. I appreciate that, Lucas. I really do. I needed that. All right, guys. 2nd and 9. Here we go. Just like we drew it up. Yep, there we go. I know you guys are seeing this. I know you guys are seeing this. Wow. Let's go. Okay, I think we got to... So we threw 2 passes in a row. We got to shake up the defense a little bit. They're going to be expecting another pass. I think we got to go run. They're expecting a pass here. Also, before I know the clock's running down, but for all of you that participate in the chat, no, let me finish this football game. I'm going to pause it, and then I got something to reveal to everybody that's active in the chat today. I got something I want to reveal to you. But I don't want to miss out on this touchdown. I can't. The play clock's running down. Can't afford a flag right here. I can't afford a delay of game flag right here. We gotta be okay. I see in the top. That's where we're at as far as the goal line. You see it says ball on the 5. So we're on the 5-yard line. Yeah, we gotta run. I mean, I'll be in the back of the end zone trying to find space out there. They're probably running cover 2. I need to go. No, they're probably man at this point, 5 yards in. So I definitely need to run the ball. I don't need a pass right here. There's not enough real estate. We got to run. We got to run. Give it to your best athlete at the end of the day. No way they blitzed. They are drawing up X's and O's over there. They know that I'm going to run because I'm at the goal line. We only got 1 yard there. This defense is... Okay. Let me get... Coach meeting. Everybody in the chat, coach meeting. Don't be the Seahawks and pass on the 1. You're right, Michael B. I literally have Marshawn Lynch back here as far as Buster is concerned. Like, Buster's Marshawn Lynch. And I can't pass and intercept. I will be infamous, notorious across time, just like the Seahawks. You're right. I gotta give it to the best player. Don't overthink right here. Look at my blockers making that block. Look at them making that block. Let's go. Never miss with the Blue Donkey. Keep Buster away from them. Don't be this. Okay, yeah, I didn't read about the Blue Donkey part. If you saw my review, it's like, okay, so we have normal donkeys kicking over here. They're fine. Like, a donkey can kick you in the face all day long. Doesn't hurt you. Doesn't lose a life. Doesn't lose any health. But then, you hit the Blue Donkey. The Blue Donkey, and just kicks you and you lose all your health and you lose a life. I mean, how are people supposed to know that? I don't know why a blue donkey hurts and a brown donkey does not. That doesn't make any sense. As with most of this game. Okay. Mini game time. I promise I'm going to reveal the chat surprise here very shortly. Also, can you let me know in the chat what you would like as far as the background in the future? So if you remember back, like episode 1, and I told you guys it's going to be like this. Like, hopefully we can build this up as we go along. Like, if you go back, and I know this is Retro Survivor, and I've watched some Survivor, but Big Brother was my jam. And if you go, all right, this is going to spin for a minute until I press the button. But if you go back and watch OG Big Brother, like episode 1, it looks like they shot it on a camcorder at a summer camp. Like, it is super low budget. Actually, I didn't even press anything. It just spun it for me. It said, we're not waiting on you to make your announcement. We're moving on. Same thing with this. If you go back to episode 1, it's just me. I had like a gray, it was a curtain, but it might as well just been a bath towel. A gray bath towel behind me. I ended up getting a better camera so you guys can see me a little bit more clearly. You guys are probably thinking, didn't know he looked this way. We probably could have went with the more blurry camera. Got a navy curtain, got a sign behind me. It's just something to look at. If you guys got something else that you'd rather see, or maybe some suggestions, let me know. We can try to make this a little better looking for you guys. I'm not even reading what's going on here, and then I'm going to complain about it later. Able to... something with your friends, okay. What am I doing? I was not reading. Not paying attention. Do I need to go get this person? Oh, I need to free him. That makes sense. No! I got caught. I rescued 3 of my friends. I rescued 3 of them, guys. And they were going to be, from what I could tell, they were going to be locked in there unless I came and got them. You know, you can't save everybody. And that's, you know, I kind of get down on myself sometimes when I help teenagers. That's my job. Is I got like a youth group, and I help these teenagers. And sometimes my wife reminds me, it's like, you can't save everybody. And that's kind of the feeling here. You do what you can with what you got, but you change the world for each individual that you help out, but you can't change the world by changing everybody in the world. And so I really think I made a difference for those 3 that I unlocked from their, I guess it was just a colorful door, but they're little in prison. I mean, you saw they were in like a tiny closet, and I freed them, and I feel good about that. And I hate that I couldn't get the other ones, but I did what I could. 3 1-ups is good. I've been meaning to tell you the blue donkeys don't cause damage. They just bounce you up to get the stars. All the damage is the birds. What? Really? I could have. You're okay, Rob. You're kind of breaking my brain a little bit, Rob. Because I just felt like every time I got kicked by the blue donkeys, I got hurt. But it would make sense. Let me pause. We're going to talk about this for a minute. We're going to talk about this. Because every time I got kicked, I guess I got kicked into the birds. Because there's so many birds, you can't avoid the birds. Because there's so many. And then when you get kicked in the air, that makes sense. So it's not. Time out. I'm going to have to revisit. But, okay, here's my question, Rob. This might be a skill issue. Granted, this might be a skill issue. But once you get kicked in the air, you're flailing. The birds are going left and right. How do you dodge the birds? I mean, do you have to time? Is it like a... well, now I think about it, there's probably a pattern to where the birds fly by. You hit the blue donkey. You go up the air. In between the birds... I'd have to see it. If there's platforms up there, I guess you could time coming down. I don't know how you would time coming down. That's what I'm getting at. So you go up, but like anything else, once you go up, you got to come down. I don't know how you time that. So that's breaking my brain a little bit. I had no idea, and I've played this game 4 or 5 times in the past month. Makes sense, Rob. After all, blue rhymes with loon, therefore is trustworthy. That's good point. That's a good point. That's good logic right there. Okay, Lucas says 3-ups is good, and now the Star Wars spoof level. Yes, this looks very Star Wars. I do remember this. I got a little frustrated with it because once you get into it, you're supposed to run left instead of right, and I wasted most of my lives. If you guys were on the last stream, I made a response video to Rob because I made a negative review about Buster. Rob had a problem with that, as most people in life apparently. So I made a response video, and at the very end of that, I replayed the game. I got to this level without passwords. So I wish I had an applause button. Without passwords, made it to this level. But then I was obviously low on lives, low on health, low on all things. And so I'm thinking, how do I get to the right? Here, I'm going to show you guys. How do I get to the right? Let me unpause it. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So it's like, what do I do here? Let me kick this guy. Didn't even get him. Great hitbox there. Okay. So I was wondering. Okay, what I was trying to do. Is hold on. Don't let me talk. How is that? As I run up the wall on the right. What's up with this respawn on this robot? Is my question. I'm gonna kill him. Where's he at? I mean, that's ridiculous. So you got to go left. Okay, I'm going to pause right there, and I'm probably going to regret it later, but old school enemy patterns, I suppose. Yeah, what's up with that robot? That's First Samurai level. Okay, here's what I want to do. for everybody that is active in the chat, I want to do something for you guys. So I got these, and they're going to look a little different in the future. But I just want to say, like, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Like Rob said earlier in his chat, this is just something that he looks forward to every week because you kind of get to connect with people that like the same games as you. Here, let me go to my confessional scene. That way you guys can see me full screen. This is something I look forward to every week because we like the same games. Some of us have the same sense of humor, not the same game taste at Michael B. But this is a place that, as you look forward to me and voting for what game that you get to see leave and what games you get to see stay because you have reasons for your nostalgia and games that you like, I also just really enjoy seeing you guys pop off in the chat, reading your guys' responses, hearing from you, make sure that you're doing okay, and it's something I really enjoy. So as a little token of thank you, I got these in the mail. They are little, let's see if I can find the camera, little Jake Dies Again stickers. Jake Dies Again. And for everybody that popped off in the chat today, I'm going to send you this. You don't have to give me anything. It's just for free. It's just for popping off in the chat. So little Jake Dies Again stickers. So as you see, this is my first time like getting stickers or like getting something like this printed. So they're only like, I'd say like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches wide. But in the future, like for the next order, it was kind of hard to tell with the like where the sticker starts and stops and like where your art design starts and stops. So next time I will have, like you see like this green pattern, I will have it more close to the edge. So like the logo is bigger. So next time I'll do that, but I was just playing with it and this is my first time ordering something like this. So next time they'll be better and you'll have more of a logo, but I got these in and I want to just tell you guys thank you. But also, you know what? This is kind of a limited edition thing because if next time, and especially, you know, one day when I blow up and everybody realizes Retro Survivor is awesome, this is a great chat, that if I have like a storefront or something, that the logo is actually all going to be perfectly where the green is around the outside. And then you guys can respond in the chat and go, look at this though. There was an episode once. Then you can drop some Jake Dies Again lore on them and go, there was an episode once where he gave out these stickers for everybody that responded in the chat. And my sticker looks a little bit different than everybody that bought a sticker or went and looked and got a sticker. Mine's different. It's kind of like, how much is the person that has like the original drawings of the Nike logo or the Facebook logo? Like it doesn't look like what it looks like now, but they got the originals. They got the first gen. And you guys are going to get the first gen. So even in the future, if it looks slightly different and the logo's a little bit bigger on this one, you can go, guys, I was the original. I had the first gen that he sent to me live on air on the show. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me go to the chat, and I'm still in the old chat. I'm still on the old video. Let's see. Go back to the chat. I'm going to put my email address in. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to put my email address in, and then I want you guys to send me your name, send me your address. If you don't feel comfortable with this, you don't have to do it. Like, I live where I live. My wife's really pregnant. I got a family. I'm not going to stalk you. I don't. If you don't feel comfortable with it, you don't have to do it. But this is just something I want to send you guys for free. So let me go ahead and put this in the chat. This is my email address. You guys email me, give me your name, give me your address, and I will send it to you. No shipping charges, no postage. I'm just going to send it to you. So here we go. This is my email address. Well, one of them. I got like 3 of them. This one's the one like I kind of fart around on, play around on. Here, I'll pin it for now. That way you guys can see it. Yeah. It's roosterbennett11@gmail.com. A little bit more of Jake lore. Here, we'll go back to the gameplay scene. A little bit more of Jake lore. That's my family nickname, Rooster. So, as you can see, my hair's a little bit different now. I'm probably losing some of it, but it's more red in the sunlight. And I don't know if it morphed from Jake-a-roo or just calling me Rooster, but that's something my immediate family calls me. So my sister calls me that, my parents call me that. They call me Rooster. Like if it's just us, like they exclusively call me Rooster, and that's been like something since I was a kid. So send an email to roosterbennett11@gmail.com. Give me your name, give me your address, and I will send you one of these Jake Dies Again stickers right to you free of charge. You can put it on your mug, you can put it on your Mac, you can put it on, your gaming hardware if that's something that you do. A lot of people put them on like their cups, like their water cups. Yeah, you can more than welcome to do that. But I want to send it to you guys, like I said, free of charge. Just send me an email, and I will get that to you. Let me catch you up in the chat. I'm going back to the gameplay. I know you guys voted for it. I'm going back to it. Let me catch up. Let me catch up in the chat. I want to talk to you guys. Old school enemy patterns. Those are sick. Those look great. Very nice. And then I got my email. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I thought they looked good too. I'm not professional at this. I wish that the green border lined closer with the outer edge of the sticker. But I'll know that for the next order, like I said. But you will have a first gen. You'll say, I got these at the beginning. These look a little different. You guys don't understand. I'm an OG Retro Survivor fan. So, again, I'm going to send those to you guys. Just send me an email, and I'll get them to you. Okay, let's go back to the gameplay. Let me not get hit by this robot. Okay, this is where, okay, I knew it was coming. I still couldn't avoid it. If you go back and watch my video, the one that I responded to Rob to, at the very end, I get to this level, and this is how I died. This is how I lost my last life, was right here. Because in what planet does, I'm assuming that's nuts and bolts, or just scrapyard, just scrap. In what planet, if somebody drops a bolt on the ground, or they drop a few nuts on the ground, they drop some scrap on the ground, in what world would that bounce off of the ground, touch you, and deal damage to you, or hurt you? What planet are we living on? That's what would happen. That literally makes no sense. I get it's a kind of a big bundle. If it dropped on my head, that would hurt. I get that. So like when it hit me the first time, totally warranted. Bouncing off the ground and hitting me, that is absolutely insane. That's a travesty. And of course I lose my lives. Yeah, dumpster. That's what this game is, a dumpster. Okay, here we go. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that guy early. Okay, let me lock in here. Let me go ahead and get past. No. I'm just trying to get past the scrap falling on me. Okay. Okay, let me get my dash back. Double kick, triple kick. Oh, there's a lot of them. No. Okay, I got my dash back. Here we go. Let's get out of here. How do you get past that? I mean, is it just a timing issue? It's a skill issue. Ha, that's funny. Okay, I got past it. Kick. Be careful. Be calm. They sense that you're scared. Be calm. Okay, I could do this all day because apparently they're infinite, but I gotta have an opening. I didn't have time because you gotta sprint up the wall, and then you gotta make of course I get bombed right at the beginning. You gotta sprint up the wall, but then you gotta grab the ladder, and you don't have time to react. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Very nice. Oh, Michael B just said very nice. Okay, yeah, Michael B. No problem. Glad you guys could join. Okay, let me get past this. If I don't get past it, I'm either going to punch in a password and go to a different level, or we're just going to go to the tribal council. We're going to do one of the two. Because I'm getting how I get when I play this game. I pressed the dang button. I'm getting to the edge. I had to try to go forward. I was getting to the edge. That's so difficult. And I'm playing, look guys, I'm playing on an OG. We're talking, like, this might be easier if this was emulation and this was on new hardware. It might be easier. But I like to play, I'm talking Super Nintendo games. I want to play on a Super Nintendo. So I got the setup to where I'm playing. This is an actual, let's get a zoom in, actual Super Nintendo controller, wired up. That's what I'm playing on. So maybe if I had a handheld with new tech, maybe that I could respond a little faster, but this is a 30-year-old controller. See, when you've been a mediocre gamer, as long as I have, you come with these excuses that just roll off the tongue. That way, when you die, you already have one built in. You go, oh, it was my controller. Oh, the controller's too old. It was this, that, and the other. It was my internet. Like, I got them. Look, they're in every pocket. I got excuses in every pocket. All right, we're going to try again, guys. I'm not going to fail you. I refuse to fail. I forgot their double hit. Okay, let me get this one. Let me get this one. Let me get this one, and I'm going. Okay, out of here. Okay, we're going to halt. I don't know how to grab the ladder. And the stakes are way too high right now for me not to know what to do next. So, chat, I might need your help. Because I just give you guys a heads up, give you guys a sneak peek since you're watching Retro Survivor, is that one of my next reviews is going to be Lester the Unlikely. And there is one level where there are vines, and you got to jump from one vine to the next. And in most cases, I did not press a button, and I went from one vine to the next. I ran a little bit, one vine to the next, ran a little bit, one vine to the next. That was basically the whole level. You get to the very last one. I jumped the same way I did the previous 9 vines, and then I can't grab the last vine. So then I tried pressing a button to grab it, and I tried a different button to grab it, and then I tried to just let it auto grab for me like the previous 8 times, and I couldn't latch on to the last vine. And I don't want this to be another Lester Vine situation where I jump 6 times and I miss the ladder, I lose all my lives, I got to go through the scraps and the robots again, and then here we are. You press up on the ladder. Lucas, my man, I knew I could count on the chat. Okay, up on the ladder. Here we go. No. Oh, I got to get my dash ready. Yes. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, my man. Okay, got some life. What do we do now? We're not going that way. The unknown is to the right. With most platformers, you get in a situation where the unknown is on the right. Can we look down? No. Here we go. I missed the jump. I have to grab the ladder again. I gotta do it again. I gotta do it again. Oh, that hurts my soul a little bit. No, and I'm out of dash. I'm out of dash. And I have to cook up my dash a little bit. It's going to drop on me. Get out of here. Get out of there. Get out of there. Okay, we're back. We're back. All right, I'm going to assume I need to dash and then run right and make a big jump. Okay, let's get this right. Let's get this right, ladies and gentlemen. I missed the jump again, bro. Okay, I'm determined now. I'm determined. I know you guys are laughing, but I'm in. I'm locked in. I won't fail. I'm not gonna fail again. There we go. There we go. That's what we like to see. Am I technically a level above that robot? Is he gonna hit me? Okay, I'm a level above him. Okay. Until they get on that level, I'm good. Ooh, that makes me nervous. Okay, here we go. Up. Oh, they tackle you now. Didn't know we were back at football. No. Okay, that dash is hard to control. It's hard to control. Just jump across the green. Press it. Okay. 3rd time's the charm. Appreciate that, Michael. It's good to have a little reassurance when you just fail so many times, and you have. I just remember. Let me pause for a moment. Story time. I just remember so many times. So I have an older brother, and that's who introduced me to playing retro games or gaming in general, and he's much older than me. I got a big split. So literally my older brother and my younger sister are 20 years apart, and I'm somewhere in the middle. So my older brother is 12 and a half years older than me, and my sister is 7.5 years younger than me. So 20 years apart between them two. almost exactly. So anyway, my brother's like 12 and a half years older than me. So obviously when he's playing his games, he's in high school. He's like 16, 17, 18, and I'm like 4 or 5. So I'm constantly in front of him playing games. Or like he would come back, he went to the Army, and he'd have breaks and he'd come back. And so he's in his 20s and I'm still like 8. So he can do anything because he's in his 20s, been playing games his whole life. And I'm watching him, and then it's my turn to play. And I'm like, my brother's watching. And when you're a kid, your little brother's Superman. So he's watching me, and I'm like, okay, don't mess up, don't mess up. And I'd mess up, and I look back at him, and he's like, you want me to help you out? And he's being so nice about it. But to me, I took it even more condescending. It's like, hey, you want me to try for you? It's like, no. I want you to try. Let me get this. But I just took that as so condescending. So when I get a little reassurance like that, Michael, I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. No, the key's right there. The key was right there. I hesitated. Oh, I just gave myself that big speech. I'm watching let me turn over. My big brother's watching me right there. You want me to try, buddy? You want me to do it? You want me to pass the level for you so you can continue? I'm feeling that right now. Gosh dang it. Okay, I think you guys have watched me suffer enough. Let's go to confessional scene. Here we go. Confessional scene. Let's talk. We got decisions to make, guys. We have a important decision to make here. We are getting down to the nitty gritty. See, beforehand, actually, let me go ahead and get them. No, let's hash this out. So we had Buster Bust Loose, and you guys have seen my frustrations with it. I think it's a little too difficult, especially Tiny Toons. So if you are playing SWAT Cats: The Radical Squadron, that's an edgy type game where you're causing chaos. You're bad. You're a rule breaker, and you're like I said, you're kind of like that edgy radical vibe in the 90s like most shows had. I feel like that's aimed for a little bit older kids because like they're finding themselves, they're understanding like rebellion but then being a hero or like the whole anti-hero thing. But when it comes to Tiny Toons, you got to think, who is buying Tiny Toons? Children, small children. So when you got difficulty like this, enemy respawn rate like this, can't grab them, like that, to me is frustrating because that's not what I'm expecting when I go in it. And it's got some highlights. The football level is awesome. The squash level, grown on me. Like the mini games. Mini games are great. Mini games can help make a game big time. I love Donkey Kong Country. Awesome mini games. So that to me helps it. But there's something about it, and it could just, man, you can draw it up to all skill issue, all of you. You can say, well, Jay, you're just not good enough to enjoy the better things in life. And that, I can take that. I'm a big boy. I can take that. Let's go to the votes are open. Let me go ahead and get this link for the vote. Link is grabbed. I've already made it. Let's see. Let me go ahead and grab it. And you guys have a decision to make. Because up to this point, it was really easy. Would you like to evict? My title disappeared. Here we go. No, let me remake the poll real quick. We have, here, I'm going to say it as I'm reading them. We have Buster Bust Loose again on the chopping block. Then we have Kirby's Dream Course. And I feel bad for whoever keeps voting for Kirby's Dream Course because it gets votes every single time. Ever since I've been doing the vote, like of, hey guys, what do you want me to play next? What do you want me to stream next? Kirby gets the second amount of votes every time. Every time. And I've never played Kirby's Dream Course on this show. So I feel really bad for whoever keeps voting for it. But look, that's also on you. Like, you have to convince the chat to vote. You got to convince them to vote your way as well. So if you have not been in the chat, you have not said, hey guys, have we seen enough of Buster? Has there been enough? Can we at least see something different? Like, if you haven't done that and made your case in the chat, then you got nobody but yourself to blame. And I truly mean that. Okay, Super Adventure Island, Super Adventure Island 2, and another option. We got First Samurai, another one I still have not played on the channel, but it's an action platformer that I enjoyed. I gave it a good review. I gave it a better review than Buster. That's for sure. Okay. Now I got it copied, and here it goes in the chat. Link is in the chat. Go ahead and vote, everybody. Vote. Let me go ahead and pin this one so you don't lose it. This one's a link, so it's always a little bit harder to pin, but you guys see it in there. I'm going to try to pin it. Is vote linking in there? Yes, Rob, I just put it in there. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat while I mention it. Okay. Not to shade or anything, but I rented Tiny Toons 1993 when I was 12, and I beat it in one weekend. Lucas. Let me get my camera looking at me. Do you think I want to hear that? Do you think I want to hear that, Lucas? I understand. Why do you think the channel is named what it's named? Look at the sign behind me. It's Jake Dies Again. I know that I'm not that great. But you ain't got to flex like that, buddy. You think you're tough, buddy? Think you're tough, Lucas? I'm just messing with you. No, that makes me feel really small, though. Appreciate that. There's going to be a fan mod somewhere where you can play the football level as a full game. Michael B., send me the link to that. If there is a fan mod for the football game, send me the link. Drop the link. I will pay, I'd pay tens of dollars for that. Tens of dollars for a full game of Tiny Toons. Lucas, my dude, the voting link in here. Got that vote in. Okay, yes, the voting link is in the chat, everybody. I'm going to leave my email on there, I think, as the pinned one. I don't want you guys to forget about that. If you are in the chat, if you have sounded off today, I would like, or some of you that are watching, you haven't. Last week, there was nobody. I think I did the whole thing with nobody in the chat. I think Michael B., I think you and Rob missed out on it. And then my boy James, that's usually in here, I think I want to say, if I'm right, I think he's in Tokyo. He's on an indie dev team, and they got a game called Silent Planet coming out. And then, I want to say Inktress is normally sounding off in the chat. I think they're on the same indie dev team. And they were making I want to say it's called Silent Planet, a game that's coming out in 2026. And I saw on their X feed that they were at Tokyo, this Tokyo indie showing, and they were showing off their game, which is super cool. But usually they're popping off in the chat too. But anyway, now 3 or 4 viewers, which are I guess about standard. But none of them were popping in the chat. So for you guys that are popping off in the chat, I will send you the sticker, everybody. Or if you're watching and you haven't, I guess is what I'm saying, say something. Just say hi. If you're nervous, you don't want to say anything, or you don't want to say hey, let's get Buster off because you think that you're against the grain and you think people are going to out you. Just say something. Just say hi, just say howdy, and I will get you a sticker. And send me an email. Don't forget to do that. I can't send it to the void. I mean, what I'm going to do, drop it outside and just pray that it gets there? Just let me know your address. I'm worse now that I'm older. Kid me would kick my butt in video games. Really? I think that I've only gotten better. Hard to believe. I know, but I feel like I've only gotten better. So that's interesting. Maybe I phrased that wrong. I wish there was a fan mod. Oh, wish. Yeah, I also wish that. Come on, camera. Having some technical difficulties today. Yeah, if that was, I would pay, like I said, tens of dollars for that if there was a full fan-made mod of the game where you could play the football game for an entire game. I think, imagine that. Can you imagine that multiplayer? And then you can kind of see a little bit more of a full screen. And then I'm kind of guessing. So if I'm playing Michael B. or I'm playing Rob or whoever, the other 3 fans that like that game, if I'm playing them online and they pick a run or pass play, I'll have to guess, just like when we were at the goal line and they blitzed. As soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, there was people there. There was defenders and he tackled me. So I could guess what you're going to run, and I have my few plays and you have a few more plays, maybe short pass, long pass, run left, run right. So, well, I guess it's 2D. There's a way to do it. there's a way to do it. That would be a fun game. That'd be a fun game. All right, Kirby's Dream Course. Here are the contestants. Kirby's Dream Course, Tiny Toons, Adventure, Buster, Bust Loose, and then we got Super Adventure Island 2. The first one was the first one to go, and then we got First Samurai. Voting is open. Won't be open much longer. Go ahead and click that link. Click the straw poll. Go make your vote heard. And whoever has the most votes, if you guys have been here before, that is the person that is going to go home at the end of the show. So I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes to vote. Cast your vote. Make your voice heard. And then you guys are going to get to decide, not me. You guys are deciding right now who's going to go home and who's going to leave the island. And then next week, this is crazy. Seeing all of these red X's is crazy. Like, we had 10 games, and we are down, especially last week when we had double eviction. Now we are down to 4 games. And after today, we'll be down to 3. And I've seen, let me get my camera going. I've seen multiple times in these reality shows, once it gets down to 3, once it gets down to the final 3, anything can happen. Anything. Like, you just don't know. Because people then find their fan favorites. And like, in that case, deals were being made on the side, these backroom conversations, and like people were starting to like grow on each other, and some dark horses came to the top. But here, it may be like, you know what? Now that I saw Jake play Super Adventure Island 2, and now I've seen it compared to other things, now it's grown on me. It's grown on me. And that's something I was going to pick to send out early, but now I'm going to wait till later. Or I've seen this too, and First Samurai might be doing this. You kind of coast. You coast to the end. You look at everybody else. Last episode, for whatever reason, you get 2 or 3 new people in here that like First Samurai, and you've had this plan going all along. Man, if I can have a really good game next to, and I'm just not saying this. I'm not saying it's a bad game. You might be thinking this. If I can have a really good game, maybe Kirby, Tiny Toons, Super Adventure, and I put it next to First Samurai, surely that will guarantee that my game wins in the finals. Last episode, you get 3 or 4 just random people add that like First Samurai. Well, you've let them hang around this long, and now they take the win, and they hadn't even won. They hadn't even been a contender like the whole time. And that's kind of how these shows work. So it's really interesting. So that's some strategy that you got to be thinking in your mind. It's like, okay, well, who do I send the big threat home right now? That might be something that you need to do. That's up to you guys. Okay, let me catch up in the chat. I'm worse now than I was. Okay, I read that. Maybe I phrased that wrong. You should try the Acme All-Stars game of Tiny Toons for the Genesis. It is a sports game. See, I didn't know that. But also, Lucas, I'm not a... You guys are going to cancel me for saying this. You're going to cancel me, being a retro gamer. I think I've played the Sega Genesis once or twice, ever. I had a babysitter that had one, and I went to their house, played it, had a different babysitter for whatever reason. Maybe she quit or my parents found somebody. I don't know. But I just remember I didn't have this one for long, and they had a Sega Genesis. And I remember playing Sonic on that one because obviously that's the big game. I don't even think I played any other game on the Sega Genesis. And that was when I was a kid. I have not played the Sega Genesis as an adult. Have not played it. I want one. I saw one on Facebook Marketplace really recently, and I feel like I should have just pulled the trigger on it and gotten it. But that's interesting. I didn't know that there was a sports Tiny Toons game on the Sega Genesis. Once I get one, knowing what I know now, I'll probably get one. I get that game. I will probably get that sports game for the Sega Genesis now that I know that. So that's gonna be on my radar. Once I get one, I'm adding it to the list. That's gonna be one I get, Lucas. Appreciate that. Tiny Toons Tecmo Bowl. Make it happen, Internet. Sigh. That's what I was thinking, Rob. So, wow. You guys missed it last week. So I'm going to tell a story, and then I'm going to close the votes. We're going to count up the votes. I think there's only... You never really know. I've been doing this for a few weeks now. You never really know about the votes. Sometimes, like like last week, nobody's in the chat, and then you get 3 or 4 votes. So obviously somebody voted that wasn't speaking in the chat. I don't know how many's watching. I think there's only a few of us here. Some of us were like watching and then voted later. And then sometimes you got multiple people in the chat, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We had this group, and then we had James and Encantress, and we had, I can't remember who else, the NES addict guy. So we had like 7 people in the chat, and like 3 people voted. So it's like you never really know who's going to vote. I'm going to find that out in just a moment. So, but go vote. Like if you're watching, go vote. I'm going to reveal that here in just a moment. But let me tell this to you guys that missed last week. I don't know if you guys know, and I added Rob. So Michael B, I guess I'm mostly talking to you and Lucas, but I added Rob on X. I just saw that they are creating a new Tiny Toons game in the same aesthetic and way and retro vibe, I guess, as Buster Bust Loose. It is called, and chat, you can look it up while I'm talking if you want and put it out there. But there is a new Tiny Toons adventure centered around Buster that's coming out. I think I'm assuming it's going to be on Steam and consoles, but it's a retro, and it looks just like this game, and it's I'm missing the title for it. But the point is, there is a new one coming out, which is crazy. So I added Rob, and I was like, well, I guess we owe the internet us playing it and giving our review, and me sitting down and seeing how it compares to Buster Bust Loose. So if you guys find it, you can put it in the chat. But apparently there is a new one coming out. So that's big news. I don't know the date of it yet, but I did see that on X, and it was like from the developer. So like it's happening. Like it's for sure. It wasn't just like a fan-made thing. Okay. Let's see. Take my ball. That's what I was thinking. You ain't canceled for that. I was a SNES kid and barely played Sega myself. Thank you, Michael. And I couldn't control it as a kid. Like, I don't have the money to. We're talking about not playing. If you're new to watching, right now we're talking about I didn't play Sega Genesis as a kid. But as a kid, I don't have a choice. Like, that's just my older brother played games. And typically, this is how this worked. Like, you guys can see, like, I just turned 30 this past week. So I'm kind of out of the age range for Super Nintendo. But we didn't really have a whole lot growing up. So we were kind of behind on the times. So like it was a big deal when we got like a new console. And typically my brother would hog it and whatever he's playing. And then, but we kept the old consoles. And then I would play the old one, you know, because I'm a kid and I couldn't play his because didn't want to mess up his game or whatever. Come in his room, like just be a part of his. Anyway, so when he was playing, when N64 was out, like that's when I was actually a kid, and I played N64, like at daycare or at friends' houses that had it. But typically, I would be in my room playing the Super Nintendo because I got the hand-me-down. So I grew up on the Super Nintendo, even though that's not my age, I guess. But anyway, when you're a kid, you can't really afford like you're not buying anything, and I didn't get an allowance as a kid, so I didn't save, or I can't go to the store and buy a Sega. So that's what I had. That's what I had at home. Now, as an adult, different story. I should have, at this point, labeling myself as a retro gamer, I should have gotten a Sega Genesis to buy it and play it, but I haven't done so. I need to do it. I know. I got to bite the bullet. I got to do it. What am I doing? Okay, totally looking this up later. Buster's Big Score, but it looks like a fox. If I remember right, it was Buster. Like, it was Buster on the screen, like on the little trailer that they had. I thought. Maybe I'm misremembering. It makes sense. There was a ton of Tiny Toons games back in the day, but Buster Bust Loose was always seen as the Tiny Toons game back then, or the NES one, but Buster Bust Loose overshadowed it when it came out. See, I definitely haven't played the NES one. I've played some NES games. That was before my time, so I'm now playing some of them as an adult, and there are some that are really good. There's a lot that are really bad. But there are some that are really good, and I'm finding that out. But I'm having some fun playing Nintendo games. It's just that I only have so much time, and there's so many different consoles that I want to play on and so many different games. It's hard to keep up, but I'm just going to play with whatever's fun and whatever comes out. So, okay, we are caught up on the chat now. Voting is open. Let me go to the chat, and I'm going to... I'm about to close the polls, guys. I'm going to close the polls here shortly. Okay. Council scene. Votes are in. The votes are in. Guys, here we go. I'm about to reveal who is going to leave the island. As you see, you see the sand on the bottom? Actually, I think we gotta make this more dramatic, guys. Let me light the campfire. Get the campfire going. Campfire is going. We're all sitting around to hear the big news. And here we have it. So today, on episode 6 of Retro Survivor, who is going to leave today is First Samurai. First Samurai is leaving today from the island. So you only have, First Samurai, just a few moments to gather your things, pack up your lean-to, say your goodbyes, dry your tears, and leave the game. I never even got to play First Samurai. I feel like I didn't get to know him well enough, but his time is coming. And to show that you don't have much time left, First Samurai, if you hear that noise in the background, that's the lifeboat. The lifeboat is on its way, and it's coming to pick you up. You only have a few more moments. We don't want to drag this out. We don't want to make people more sad than they already are. First Samurai, you got to go. The boat is on its way. You can hear it in the wind. You can hear it in the distance. The boat's going to come pick you up. We're all going to wave bye, and then we got to move on. We're going to say our goodbyes. We're going to give you your honor and respect that you are deserved. But the show must go on. Bye, First Samurai. There you have it, guys. What happened to my campfire? Let's get that campfire back going. So, guys, we are down to 3. Then there were 3. Kirby's Dream Course, Buster Bust Loose, Tiny Toons Adventures, Buster Bust Loose, and Super Adventure Island 2. Thank you, guys. In James's absence, when he comes back, I think he's going to come back next week. We'll see. He's going to be very glad to see that Super Adventure Island 2 has stayed around because he's a big fan. I know. So there you have it. That are the 3 that are left. Again, take another moment. Find my email in the chat. I think it's still pinned. Go give me your name, give me your address, and I will send you a sticker. Show the sticker one more time. That's what you're going to get. And let me catch up in the chat one more time, and then I'm going to end the stream. Again, I want to apologize. While I still got you, please don't leave yet. Let me say one more thing. I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining in the chat. I really do appreciate you, especially it's like this is something that's new to me. I'm not very well trained on YouTube and going live, and this is just not my thing, but I like playing retro games, and I love connecting in the retro gaming community. And because my passion for it is so much, I've made myself learn like how to make an overlay like you're seeing on OBS and then put it on YouTube. I've learned how to go live. I've learned how to get a stream deck and then connect it to OBS. Like I've learned all that. Now, the troubleshooting when it doesn't go right, well, I set it up. I don't know how to fix that on the fly. I'm not good enough yet. So I really do want to apologize earlier for my Super Nintendo. It was on. Everything's connected. Like I don't know why it wasn't playing. And I just simply did a full reboot. I restarted everything, and there it is. And I don't know how I could have. It was working earlier, but it's just there's probably something I could have done on the fly to fix that, or not at least rebooting the whole entire thing, the whole entire rig here. But that's what I had to do, and I apologize for you guys having to chase channels. Like you would think. If it were me, maybe you guys are more graceful than me, but I'm like, oh, this is kind of lame. This is not very well done or well prepared. And there might have been another channel that did this, and then I didn't follow them to the next channel or the next video. And you guys did. So I really do appreciate that. There's been times in the past where I messed something up, but you guys have stuck with me. You've given me grace in it. And you've supported me, and I appreciate that. And if there's any way, in the future, giving stickers away now, it's just something small. But hopefully I can do something for you guys to kind of show that love back. But again, I just want to apologize. I'm learning this on the fly. Like I'm trying. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't like this is totally not my normal personality to have a bunch of tech. I'm usually the guy that has to call IT for most things. I'm just not good at it. But appreciate you guys for sticking it out with me and kind of giving me some grace in that. I really do appreciate that. Thanks for following me over here. Okay, let me catch up on the chat one more time. Hit that like, y'all. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, hit the like. That does help me out. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. I think most of you have, but appreciate that. You're doing great, man. I would have listened to you on a blank screen of Buster if so be it. I think that's more so for Buster, Michael, not so much for me, but I do appreciate that. I appreciate that. Heck yeah, brother. We're with you. No sweat. You got this. Thank you, guys. Yeah, hopefully you've seen an improvement from week 1 to now. Like week 1, it was like basically like I might as well put a bath towel behind me, like a gray bath towel. Had an older camera. I've added some more sounds. I added a stream deck. That way I'm not like clicking and I got 5 different things open. So I've streamlined it some. I've gotten the lighting better. I've gotten the background better. I've gotten a better camera. Stream deck with the buttons and adding audio bits and just I'm learning as I'm going. But the reason that it's taken this long to start a channel and to start doing especially start doing lives, but starting a channel too. I've been thinking about this idea for a long time, and I always got to it, and it was overwhelming. Like it was overwhelming for me because I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to even capture. Like I was up to a year ago. Like if you would have said the initials OBS, I've been like, I thought that was an NFL player. Like I had no idea. So I like playing, and I think I've been making videos for a year. So maybe a little more than a year ago. I would have had no idea. And so I'm learning that and learning how to make videos and CapCut and Canva and all the things and recording. And I got a better mic. Like if you go back to my first 10 reviews when I was still under mediocre gaming, the audio's not as good. So I got a better mic, and then I learned how to edit. And then kind of use some AI to like edit. I don't use AI for like creative things, but production wise, I think it's okay to use it to like kind of help me with the audio. So I'm learning as I'm going, and so my reviews have gotten better, my lives have gotten better, but I know that I still got a ways to go. I'm figuring it out. I promise we're getting somewhere. Hopefully by season 2 when we do Retro Survivor, because it's something I want to continue doing. If nothing else, like this is basically like it's not so much like, hey guys, let me impress you with my cool idea and it's an excuse to get to hang out with you guys. And that's how I see gaming in general. Like, yeah, there's some games that are fun that I would play by myself, but just honestly, between me and you, 3 or 4 guys that are watching right now, that is few and far between. There's very few games where like I'm playing this by myself and I'm having a good time, when there's so many other options out there, like things I could be doing that I'm having fun with. But the reason that I'm a gamer and a retro gamer is because I like having a community to play games with and to talk about games with, and it's all centered on the community. So this is basically just an excuse for me to hang out with you guys. So appreciate you showing up, appreciate you hanging out with me, you giving me a few laughs. We all got stuff going on, and you work all day, you deal with people. It's good to like go back to your gaming community. That kind of brings you back to playing games that for me, it was at my house or my grandma's house, sitting down cross-legged, drinking some juice, hanging out, no worries in the world. You're talking about those nostalgic times as a kid, and you're going back to a simpler time. So you're doing that, and you're also like cutting up with your friends, and that's what this is. So again, appreciate you guys for giving me grace and following me along. So, okay. See you guys next week when we got 3 that are left on Retro Survivor. See you guys.